Good evening, everybody. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome. We actually have two meetings tonight. Right now, we're in our public meeting, which we're going to adjourn, and we're going to move over to our annual budget hearing. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to our Assistant Superintendent for Business, Rhonda Mesereau.
Good evening and welcome to the 2021-22 budget hearing of the Seaford Union Free School District. Tonight I will go through some of the components of the budget and the upcoming vote and election. And then Mr. John Striffolino will elaborate on some of the curriculum enhancements that are part of the 2021-22 budget. The Board of Education adopted a budget of $74,717,812 for the 2021-22 fiscal year on April 20th, 2021. This budget represents a fiscally responsible budget that addresses our district's contractual obligations as well as our educational goals while being conscious of a tax cap limit of 1.497%. The budget-to-budget increase is 2.345%. New York State's property tax cap was enacted in 2011 and places restrictions on how school districts may increase their tax levies. The purpose of the tax levy limit calculation is that it provides us with a levy limit that the state deems affordable for our community. We are sensitive to the burden placed on our residents, especially now with the difficulties that have been realized as a result of the pandemic. We weigh and balance the needs of the district with the financial capacity of the voters to support the budget. Seaford has never sought to exceed the tax levy limit. This budget is in keeping with what we've done in the past, and we're at the allowable levy limit. As I mentioned in the previous slide, the purpose of the tax cap is to determine the appropriate level of affordability for a given community. Again, we are in compliance with the tax cap levy limit. This year, the calculation was approximately half of the prior year, which was very challenging as we went through the budget process. In order to pass this budget, it just requires a simple majority vote. We are grateful that our residents have been supportive of our budgets in the past, and this is why we are very conscious of remaining within this tax levy limit. This chart summarizes our tax levy limit history. Column 2 shows the levy limit as per the tax cap calculation. Column 3 displays the levy for each of these years. Note, the tax levy percentage for the 21-22 budget is the second lowest in the last 8 years. Once the board adopts the budget, we cannot increase this amount. The board had adopted the 21-22 budget on April 20th. We are required to present this three-part budget, that being of administrative, program, and capital. The largest piece of the budget is representative of the programs within the district, specific to our educational programs and ancillary services. The pie chart breaks down the budgeted revenues as reflected in the adopted budget. The largest piece is property taxes, and the second largest piece is captioned as other. That largely includes the billings that we make to other districts for health services provided and out-of-district tuition. Our state aid is 17%. In a prior presentation where the revenues were described in more detail, I explained how we have been conservative in our approach this year due to the fact that we have not always received all of this state aid that was promised to us within the legislative budget. At this point, I will turn the presentation over to Mr. Striffolino, who will describe more of the programs and enhancements at each of the grade levels.
Thank you, Mrs. Mesereau. To start off, I wanted to say something very important. Keeping a focus on staying within the 1.497 tax cap, we are still able to provide robust offerings for all of our students. I will highlight some of the enhancements for the upcoming school year contained in the budget. We're going to start with the high school. And as tradition will have it, we have a wonderful Pecora patches up here highlighting each of our initiatives. When you see the white patches, they represent district-wide initiatives. So of course, we've been talking about habits of mind the last couple of years. We're going to continue to roll this out, make it a part of our everyday learning. It's a set of 16 problem-solving, life-related skills necessary to effectively operate in society. There are things such as metacognition, thinking flexibly, managing impulsivity, and persisting. Our PDL is a personalized digital learning initiative. In just a few short years, we've come a long way. September 2017, no student one-to-one devices. 2020, every student has access to a device. Emphasis next year will be on the upgrades to our infrastructure. Replacement of backup power supplies, replacement of switches, wireless access points, and routers. So although it is listed on the high school, I'm just going through some district-wide initiatives. We have partnered up with Northwell Mental Health Services. This affords students and families comprehensive mental health care with access to outside agencies and resources, on-site psychiatric evaluations, referral to care and outside mental health resources, expedited coordination of mental health services beyond the school setting, clinical staff consultation, and ongoing professional development. When necessary, discreet and highly trained ambulance transport. We have our NWEA, Measures of Academic Progress, again in the budget. It's something new this year. This assessment is replacing our universal screener, formerly the STAR assessment. Typically, these are administered to students 3 times a year, kindergarten through 8th grade for reading and math, and then for 9th grade in reading. It's an adaptive test. It presents randomly generated questions on various grade levels, adjusted by how the students respond to the answers. The results provide teachers and parents with students' math and reading achievement levels and growth over time. This data and information can be used to target daily instruction, and there are excellent parent reports which parents have received this year. Okay, professional development at the high school next year. We will continue with our consultant in terms of our research skills with our students. We're including some RTI support, special ed training, and our new teacher training. And the last district-wide initiative, very important, social emotional program. Throughout the year, across the district K-12, we plan activities and programs aimed at the social emotional component of our students. This is especially important during these challenging times. And now specifically more to the high school, new next year is our Seal of Biliteracy, prestigious recognition that identifies high school graduates who have attained a high level of proficiency in all 4 modalities: listening, speaking, reading, and writing, in at least 2 languages. Typically for us in Seaford, that's English and either Spanish or French. The seal provides a clear advantage for students applying for college or employment. And next year, we'll be adding some additional presentation programs to our college and career planning, making them more comprehensive. Again, moving along the patches, we'll be offering a diverse AP and college level coursework We're looking to add a new course next year, LIU Public Speaking. This year, we've done a very nice job establishing a wellness center, a place where students can relax and de-stress. So we're looking to increase its utilization. Working in the sciences, students who are taking the AP Environmental Science and Earth Science combo, which we now call the ENVIs, they will get an opportunity to get involved in science research. We're looking to partner up between two different courses, a Java and robotics course, with some interdisciplinary projects. That's kind of neat. And then we're looking for a new course to help students explore careers and post-high school plans. It's called the Post-Secondary Transitional Elective. Our CDP class has a nice rotation of electives built into their program. That's built up over the last couple of years. We've added a new one, science, this year. And of course, we have our advancement in research in terms of capstone in science, and there'll be additional integrated co-teach sections. Now, along with these initiatives, of course, we maintain a regular menu of sports and a wide range of extracurricular activities. So basically, there's something for everyone at the high school. Okay, moving on to the middle school. I spoke about a few of the white patches already. To get into a little bit about the professional development, we're bringing Teachers College up. We're expanding it up to the 6th grade, so there'll be Teachers College professional development next year. Again, we'll be dealing with support services, response to intervention, special ed training, and new teacher training. Keyboarding just began this year, and we're looking to continue to keep that as an important skill for our students. There's a project Lead the Way there. We're going to bring that up from the elementary school to the middle school. And this is a program that empowers students to adopt a design thinking mindset through hands-on activities. It's been very successful at the elementary school. The kids love it, and there'll be a computer science theme at the middle school. We're going to be adding some new exploratory courses. One I'd like to point out is we're trying to get a feeder course at the middle school that will feed into the science research course of study at the high school. We formed a committee, and there's a new social studies textbook for 6th grade, and with that comes digital resources, so we're excited about that. And again, we are moving forward with Teachers College going into 6th grade. We have reading and writing at the elementary school. We're just going to start with writing at the middle school. And again, here too, we have our menu of sports. We're going to continue to fund the 7th grade sports teams, and we have a wide range of extracurricular activities. And rounding out the district, we have our elementary schools. We're very proud that both of our elementary schools will be identified as International Habits of Mind Community of Excellence schools. So that's a really nice recognition with all the work they've done throughout the last couple of years. In terms of professional development, we're going to be official Teachers College project schools next year. We'll actually have Teacher College trainers in the buildings or working with our teachers. And with that comes additional resources. We will continue with our looking at our RTI program with some professional development. There'll be some special ed training. We're looking to do some LLI training, which is one of our particular reading interventions. And again, we have new teacher training for that also. We started a pushing coding and keyboarding class. We will continue with that. We like how that's been progressing. Very important, maintaining low class sizes at the elementary schools. Again, I mentioned that we are project schools for Teachers College. We're going to continue with our Math Olympiad program. Students are involved in challenging problem-solving, math skills, and solutions. And Project Lead the Way has been very successful, as I said. This year, next year, we're looking to do a few different topics and themes. And we are now looking to order some new enhanced social studies materials for next year, basically a weekly periodical where they feel really enhance the social studies curriculum and the social studies framework. It basically gives an idea of some of the highlights curriculum-wise in the budget. And now I hand it off back to my partner.
Thank you, John. So in a previous presentation, there was a separate slide on our transportation expenditure. This was highlighted to reflect the renewal of a 5-year contract that began with the 2020-21 fiscal year, when we were required to go out for a new contract. The costs related to this new contract have already been realized with an approximate 37% increase, largely due to the pandemic and the shortage of both buses and bus drivers. We are pleased that this is behind us and we're moving forward with a renewal contract with educational bus transportation at the full CPI through the 2024-25 fiscal year for both our summer transportation and our regular school year transportation. So what happens if the budget fails? If our budget does not pass, we may adopt either a contingency budget or have a revote for the 21-22 budget. That has to take place on the 3rd Tuesday in June, which is the 15th. The ramifications of adopting a contingency budget will mean that we have to reduce the proposed budget by $824,020, and the impact to the programs that we have currently would be there listed. Academic programs, staffing, that type of stuff. Voter registration, very important. In order to vote for the annual school budget, district budget, and trustee election on Tuesday, May 18th, you must be registered to vote. If you wish to register to vote, you may do so with the district clerk, Carmen Willett, at the central administration offices. You must bring with you proof of identity and residence when you come to register. So those are there. Must be 18 years of age or older, an American citizen, a resident of the Seaford School District for at least 30 days prior to the vote. You may continue to register to vote up until 4 p.m. on May 11th for the May 18th budget vote and trustee election. This information is available on the district's website along with the absentee ballot application or by contacting the district clerk. And you can see there's different hours of availability for you to reach out to the district clerk. So during this challenging year of the pandemic, our students have adapted to a different format of learning and have remained Seaford strong, for certain. Other important dates to remember. This presentation is the final public meeting, where you hear about the 21-22 budget. We have posted all of the previous presentations on the district's website under the Board of Education tab, and it is entitled 2021-22 budget. We are continuing our presentations to the different groups within the district. We have coming next week PTSA, SEPTA, and the Manor PTA. This past Monday, we presented to the Harbor PTA, and last evening, Dr. Pecora and myself were able to, we were welcomed at the Lions Club, the Seaford Lions Club, and we, Adele had mentioned all of the wonderful things that the district is up to, and we presented budget information. Most importantly is the budget vote on May 18th for both a budget vote and trustee election. This year, you're able to vote in person, and also we are accepting absentee ballots for anyone who for other reasons aren't available to be in person, and also if they feel uncomfortable voting in person. The absentee ballot application is on the district's website. And again, the voting will take place at both the Manor and Harbor Elementary Schools between the hours of 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. Please contact Ms. Carmen Willett, our district clerk, for an application if you would like one, and make sure that that is back to her before 5 p.m. on the date of the vote, May 18th. So I want to thank the Seaford community and the Board of Education for all of your support of our schools and our budget process. And if there are any questions regarding the budget, you may reach out to the Board of Ed at mailseaford.k12.ny.us.
Okay. We usually take questions from the public. We have a few residents here. Any of them have any questions about our budget? Okay, so with that, I'd like to thank. With that, I'd like to thank Mr. Striffolino, Ms. Bezerov for the presentation, and please come out and vote. So with that, I'm going to officially close our budget hearing, and we're going to open up back up our regular meeting. There was one typo we need to fix before we actually start doing our agenda. On our instructional, on item P8A, it's supposed to be 0.2 FTE, not 2.0. So please update your
Which one is it? Say that again?
P8A, Christine Caserta. She can't work, it's wonderful. I know our teachers work hard, but to work 2 full-time jobs here, it's a little bit tough. So it should be 0.2,
Got it. All right. Okay.
which represents the 6th period. Okay. So let's move on to our administrative report from Dr. Pecora.
Good evening. So, as typical, I am just going to start with an update with regards to our COVID cases in the district. To date, we've had 324 cases, and within the last week, Wednesday to Wednesday, we had 7. I'd also like to mention and thank Ms. Meserol and Mr. Striffolino for a comprehensive budget hearing presentation. We're very excited about the robustness of this budget while being able to stay within the tax cap. As Ms. Meserol mentioned, we have done 2 presentations at the Harbor and then the Lions Club last night. And this upcoming Monday, we have the PTSA. Next Tuesday, it will be SEPTA, and Wednesday, the Manor. So anybody that's interested in having a little bit more targeted conversation about the budget at those levels, please attend the meetings. And I'd just like to mention that the budget spotlight is available online right now. We were delayed in getting state aid information from the state education office, so that postponed our ability to send the spotlight to publishing. We are hopeful that everybody will receive a hard copy prior to the budget vote, but we do have it available online, and we really do encourage people to take a look at the budget spotlight. There's some really nice information about the budget, and it also talks about some of the successes that the district has had this year. And that, oh, one more thing. On May 19th, there are some of the COVID restrictions that are going to be lessened with regards to size of activities and outdoor groups. We've had conversation, and what we're hoping to do, that there's really only one team in the spring that's considered an at-risk sport that we're doing COVID testing, or conducting weekend COVID testing. So what we're proposing is that after May 19th, we will suspend the administration of COVID tests for that one team. It's boys lacrosse. So we will monitor the team over the next 2 weeks, and then we're hopeful that after the 19th, we will no longer require the testing. We'll suspend it for now, and we'll continue to watch the trends. Does anybody have, oh, one more? I keep saying one more thing. As you know, we're really happy about some of the new members that we've added to our staff. On for board approval tonight is the appointment of Brett Savio for our business teacher. It is with great pride that I announced that we're appointing Brett tonight. There were, I believe, 13 to 15 districts, depending upon the time that we're looking at OLAS, that we're posting for business people. The vast majority of this schedule for next year is going to be accounting classes, and Brett happens to be a changing career person. He is a CPA. He worked for almost 10 years in Ernst & Young, and then worked privately as executive vice president of a publishing company. And he comes with great experiential knowledge. He has a really kind approach, and we're really hopeful. He did a really nice job. His lesson was really solid, and he worked very nicely with the students in the demo lesson. So we are very, very happy that he's going to be joining our staff, and I think it'll be a nice addition. And we're really looking to enhance the business program, and some of the ideas that he brought forward, some of the things that we're looking to do, I think it will just be an incredible offering for the students. And so many of our students study business in college. We're really looking forward to enhance that department. So it's a great moment for us, and we continue. Mrs. Striffolino's office is very busy. We're continuing to hire throughout the next 2 months or so. So hopefully we'll have some more great news to report.
Thank you. Any questions for Dr. Pecora? Okay, with that, we'll start move on with our agenda. I need a motion for consent agenda items 3A, B, C, and D.
Move it. Second.
Any discussions? All in favor? Aye. This time we take resident comments. Any comments from our residents? Okay, moving on to new business. We can do these contracts together. We need a motion for agenda item 5A, 1, 2, and 3.
Move it. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Need a motion for agenda item 5B1.
Move it. Second.
Any discussions? All in favor? Aye. Need a motion for agenda item 5C1.
Move it. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. This time we'll take our closing comments. I'll start with Ms. Nezero. You think you want to add?
No, just please come out and vote for our budget on May 18th.
Mr. Striffolino?
I'd like to compliment Ms. Meserol as she's coming towards the end of her first year, working with her first budget. She's a true professional and has been a real asset to our team and the district, and it's a real pleasure working.
Thank you.
Dr. Pecora?
Well, I just wanted to say that it is Teacher Appreciation Week. So we do want to give a tremendous shout out to our magnificent faculty. It has been more than a challenging year. And I think everybody's not only done a phenomenal job with our students, but often has done it with a great sense of humor, with a great sense of kindness. And they've really come forward in such an incredible way. We are very grateful for our faculty and all of our employees. And Matt, please relay the message to everybody We do have a little special message coming out on Friday too, so we did not forget. Okay?
Okay, Andrea?
Thank you for the, can you hear me? Thank you for the presentation, and just to echo Adele's sentiments to all the teachers, we truly appreciate you this year. It seems like you did the impossible. Speaking from personal experience, I know the challenges. Speaking as someone who has 2 little ones, you have made school enjoyable, exciting. Kids want to go, they want to be there. It was a year that we didn't know what to expect, and you just knocked it out of the park. So from the bottom of all of our hearts, we truly appreciate you. Thank you.
Natalie?
I'm just gonna echo what Andrea said, and thank you, John and Rhonda, for that presentation.
Stacy?
Thank you to all the teachers during the Teacher Appreciation Week, and always. You're always wonderful. Congrats to the students that have been recently recognized for their academic achievements. We had some science and I think art and some other things. And congrats to all the seniors who have chosen their future paths. There's a wide array of colleges this year, and I'm sure there are other paths that many of the students are taking, so congratulations to them.
Kevin?
Just gonna piggyback off of what literally everybody else said tonight. To the teachers, thank you. As somebody who's a product of C for Teachers, truly understand the work that goes into it. So thank you for what you guys are doing, especially last year. It's not been easy. And to Dr. Cora and the rest of the administrative team, thank you for putting together such a comprehensive budget. And to everybody in C for, please come out and vote in support of the budget on the 18th.
Okay, well, there's not much left for me to say, but I'd like to thank all our teachers too, on behalf of myself and my family, for the education they received over the years. I will add one thing, I got to come out and see the varsity softball game. Unfortunately, the girls lost 2 games, but it was good to see students out on the field and having a good time. So, good luck to all our teams. I'm looking forward to hearing some music and seeing a drama, some sort of drama production that they're working on shortly. We have just to remind everybody, we're doing an 8 p.m. executive session on the 12th to do interviews for AP position. I'm sure, as most of the public heard, our new principal, Mrs. Schnabel, is taking over, so we need to fill her shoes as for an assistant principal. And then we'll have a meeting. We'll meet at 9 o'clock before, to do the tabulations and have a quick exec probably on 5/18. So if there's nothing else, make a motion. I need a motion to adjourn.
Move it.
Second?
All in favor? Aye. Good night, everybody. And Mr. Lynch, thank you for doing the video.